Hey guys, welcome back to another 4-Star Coaching Series video. Today what we're going to be breaking down is vertical extension and just kind of talking about it a little bit. All right, a lot of times athletes know they have to be explosive, they know that they have to drive hard, and they know they have to pull hard somewhere in the pull. All right, beginner lifters are thinking generally pull the bar as high as I can. More advanced lifters understand the concept of the pull down. Either way, bar pass should be in a perfect world, vertical and coming up with the body, not moving around the body, but rather sweeping back into it and tracing, if you will, the human body. Now, we're going to watch some few examples of lifters that I have in the gym. We're going to watch a training hall video that I like that kind of shows what's going on. And we're just going to kind of talk about the base mechanics. But at the end of the day, understand that in this sport, you have to move at a pace at which you can actually do it right. All right, a lot of times athletes move too quick, or they're trying to be too explosive and they miss their positioning or shift out of their positioning. This is detrimental to the lift. All right, military saying, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Unfortunately, whether you hate that line or not, it does play true. So as we're lifting, guys, one of the things that we have to understand is that if this is the shape of our lifter, and again, I'm not the greatest drawer, but here's our lifter setting up, here's the body weight, here's the foot. All right, this bar path needs to be going up continuously as they lift. All right, this is going to promote acceleration. It's going to fight gravity on the lowest way possible. All right, swinging around all over the place makes the lift really hard. That's why coaches are so adamant about an even liftoff. Don't have your booty shoot up or swing the bar out and around you, anything like that. Now, a lot of times what happens is athletes will forget that this right here in their shoe, okay, not a great shoe drawing, but we're going to do the best we can. All right, this is even pressure here. All right, this is even pressure. This is where it has to be. And a lot of times what happens, and most athletes, okay, I'm confident in saying that, is when they initiate the pull, they actually put pressure here. All right, athletes generally that are especially immature or beginners, whatever phrase we want to use, they set in tight to the bar and then they shift to what we refer to as being quad dominant, but really the easiest muscle system to get into because it's actually closest to the weight. Your body does that weird thing, it adapts. All right, so it pulls into the front of their foot. They lose their heel, which means their whole posterior chain they are not using. So when we do this, we want to have a nice even foot pressure. All right, coaches will talk about 3 points of contact: big toe, little toe, heel. All right, and what we're doing with that is we're basically making this nice tripod shape. All right, this is going to allow you to have nice even pressure all through this foot. All right, with that said, when we do this, this then needs to drive as long and flat as we can do, staying balanced through here, letting the arch do its job. All right, whether you have flat feet or not, the arch is working. And then the weight is actually going to shift casually into the ball of the foot. All right, now the reason why is because as we extend, all right, let's say we have our lifter, let's use a marker for this. We have our lifter, they've extended. Okay, here's the ball of their foot. This is, again, bad drawing, but, you know, it's an app. This weight, like we talked before, should be going up and along with them. All right? What happens is the athlete at the end of the lift, because they're trying to be super explosive, they push the weight this way. They push too prematurely in this part of the foot, and they push the weight forward. Mind you, we should have this nice vertical path coming up with us, and that's how the bar should travel. But because we push too early, we either do something weird through our hips and we lean back, all right, or we jump forward or we jump back. We lose the vertical plane. All right, you can shift, and listen to how I say this, you're allowed to shift into the ball of your foot as long as you are pushing vertical at extension. And that is where a lot of people make the hiccup, including myself, and they apply pressure too far into the front of their foot, which actually causes them generally to jump back. This can be alleviated by staying nice and balanced in your pull so you know how to drive vertical, because if you're rocking all over in your feet, you're going to apply pressure in not a vertical fashion, but rather a forward or backwards position. All right. Also, it can be alleviated with just skill work. You can do no-footed work. You can do tall motion. All these movements will help your body memorize, bring the weight up with me, jump vertically versus jumping through the end of the foot, which actually causes foot pressure to be too far forward. Now, we're going to watch a couple videos. Again, some of these videos are training videos of athletes we have in our own team or our own gym. This one we're going to watch is of an athlete that is not obviously one of my athletes and at Euros, but I like the video. Okay, we're going to watch this in just normal speed to start and just kind of watch a few times. Okay, so super strong power clean. Again, we'll watch one more time. Overall, a great lift, good positioning, good explosion. I'm not going to complain. About 180 kilo power clean. All right, and then when we go back and we take the settings down a little bit, we're actually going to be able to talk about what he does. And you can actually see in the video how he applies that vertical direction at the end. He's still continuing vertical motion. So we're going to be painfully slow here, painfully slow. Okay, and right through here, nice and flat. Okay, he did shift a little bit in this video, and sometimes athletes will do that, especially when they're getting heavy. But what really matters at the end is which way are they driving the weight of the bar. And right through here, this little pocket, you can see he keeps pushing down, straight down, keeping his shoulders over the bar so the bar continues its vertical path. Now, if he did this, and what most people do is right through here, boom, right in here, what they start doing, all right, you need to be able to see my finger, is they're now pushing way too in the front of the foot. So they're actually forward pressured because they're trying to use their quads. They're not staying patient. And because they're forward pressured in their quad, they then will jump back. What he does, I wish I could slow this even more, is he continues to stay flat-footed and push straight down. So all his muscles drive the bar vertically. Okay, really good example of what we're talking about here. Now, when we go to watch some of our own athletes, all right, there are some nuances that we can see. All right, so this video is a good drill that I like to help athletes understand balance and portioning, positioning rather, not portioning, but staying over the bar. All right, this is a 3-point snatch. You can do them from either direction. For this video set, Kenny's doing this direction for his own reasons. But what you're going to notice is that he's staying flat-footed, and it's going to award him to drive the bar vertical and land right under it versus having a jump back but still pulling the bar up and then it stays in front of him. That's the number one reason people will miss lifts, is because they're driving the bar up, but they're actually jumping back and not bringing it with them. So yes, are there lifters that jump back and win gold medals and are at world-class meets? Yeah, they are. But the other thing they do is they actually bring the bar back aggressively with them. If that's going to be your style and technique, you also have to train for that. It's also just because of how physics works, it is less efficient. Okay, so as we watch Kenny here, you see that nice vertical extension. I'll save you from the reload. Okay, so again, we're going to go back and we're going to watch this lift. Okay, we were just doing below the knees. I thought these were 3 points. But as we watch, all right, Kenny goes ahead and he drives, staying flat, 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 flat. And he pushes and continues the bar's speed with him. So the bar comes up with him, and he drives using his feet forcefully upwards, not forcefully through the front of the foot to push him back. All right, this is something we've been working on a lot with him. So, don't know why I thought those were 3 points. Okay, Jess. Jess has been a lifter for a long time. Again, just a good example. Jess, in this video, you see really good job of keeping her feet flat down and balanced. Now, balance, she was a gymnast, so it comes a little bit more natural. But in this video, again, watch the patience to remain flat-footed so she can continue a vertical drive. So again, we drive, we get to ball a foot extension, but she's pushing up. She's not pushing down and forward to make her leap back. All right, and then in her liftoff, she's also extremely balanced in her feet. Okay, a cue that I've recently started using that I really enjoy is have the weight on your ankles. All right, I don't like these finicky cues that some coaches or people are using where it's like, oh, have 60% of your weight in the back or the front. And like, it's just arbitrary, it's numbers. Have the weight loaded on your ankle that will help you maintain nice and flat. All right, that's going to allow you to drive using most of your muscle groups. Now, in the next videos, all right, we're going to kind of watch. Now, this is Bethany, one of our remote athletes. She had a great day, this snatch day, but I was able to catch some good footage that I wanted to use. In here, this is where, when hang movements come, I always harp on my athletes to set up and pause and make sure their positioning is right. All right, in this video in particular, Bethany kind of rushes it, and if you watch her feet, she rocks all over in her feet, which is going to cause a little bit of a jump back. Catch it? So it's a little subtle, but right through here, you can watch her feet. She comes down to the position and changes direction immediately. She rocks back right through there, rocks back into her heel. So now her weight is loaded too far in the heel. And then she has to bring it back to maintain balance. She has to bring all that weight forward, which actually makes her shift a little bit early into the front of the foot. And she gets that jump back. All right, this is one of those reasons all my athletes that watch this, or any of you others that have a coach that harps on you about setting up in a hang position, coming to a dead stop, checking position and balance, and then driving with the legs, this is why. Okay, and then in her other sets, she actually went and cleaned it up a little bit. Not as much weight as I want in that position. She could hang out here a little bit more. But as you watch, we don't see that hard shift back. She stays much more balanced in her feet and then drives nice and vertical, and we have way less of a jump back in this lift. So, coach, how do I fix these things? Well, you fix them by doing a few things, okay? You need to make sure that you're staying nice and flat, okay? Balance needs to be remain nice and flat as long as you can. This requires patience, but also you to feel it, okay? A lot of times I'll ask, how did that feel? Or do you feel you being flat? And athletes can't tell me. They're so focused on the drive, they're so focused on the turnover, they don't even know if their setup is correct. All right, the other thing, you need to think of driving straight up. Okay, it is not up and back. It is you drive the bar up and then you manipulate it with your upper body and the extension, whether it's a clean or a snatch. So staying flat, think about driving the bar up. And then also the last one is guiding. All right, this is going to be really ugly because I'm not using the typing tool. But you have to guide the bar. Okay, and a lot of times athletes, you guys will drive and then you just wait on the end of the lift. Okay, we wait. We wait for the clean to land on us. We wait for the snatch to turn over and then get tight. If you continue that bar path's pressure upwards and you continue to drive and shrug it up with you at leg extension's peak, the bar will continue its vertical drive, and you'll also have a much better chance at having that lift nice and where you want it. I hope this helped you guys. Weightlifting is hard. It takes lots of patience. Like I said in the beginning, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. If you have any questions or want to have anything talked about in more depth, please leave a comment below. Hope you enjoyed this and I hope it helps you.